Hello. Hello, parents. We are the Year 2 team. I'm Miss Mac.
I'm Miss Abby.
And I'm Mrs. Lay.
So these are our learning support teachers. We've got Mrs. Attard and Mrs. Hagado. These teachers will be working with our students in small groups. So if you hear their name, these are the faces to match the name. We've also got these teachers' aides who are amazing. We've got Mrs. Zammit, Miss Rankin, and Miss Neal.
So in Year 2, we have been learning lots of wonderful things. Here is a page filled with everything we've been doing in English, maths, religion, science, and geography. I know there is a lot of information on there, so please feel free to take a screenshot so you can refer to it later. We also have music and sport, and students do music once a week for 45 minutes, and students participate in sport every Friday. So here we have lots of images of 2A, 2L, and 2M. This was during our writing. So we've been learning to inform our audience, and we followed recipes. So students were able to write their own recipes. And we followed one of our students' recipes, and we made fairy bread in class. We also like to give our students lots of choice during writing. So here is a snapshot of our writing menu where students get to choose what they would like to write. And we always give them lots of stimuluses to prompt them. So here we've got some recipes, letters, stories, poems, and all sorts of things. We also like to make students feel proud and acknowledged for the hard work they do during class. So here we do author's chair, where students get the opportunity to read their writing and receive feedback from their peers and apply that feedback with the teacher during guided writing, and they recraft their favourite piece of writing.
We have reading groups each day and they go for about 40 minutes, and it gives the children opportunity to work with the teacher in small groups, and we work on our reading skills. And while we're working with a small group, the other children are engaging in lots of fun activities around practicing and getting better at reading.
Every day we have an hour of maths, and during this time, students are involved in the learning. So we give them a very challenging question, which they are prompted to use what they already know in order for them to find out what they don't know. During this time, the students might feel a bit confused, and a lot of the time they're able to build on that confusion, build their confidence, because they're able to achieve the question successfully with the help of their peers. So during this period, we might go for a gallery walk. What that means is the students might sit, leave their work, and then stand in front of their work and present it to another person. Then we might walk around and have a look at another person's work, and that would help them go back to their problem and help them achieve and be successful. During this time, we really want them to have a growth mindset, and these photos show when we ordered our heights from shortest to tallest when we're learning about length.
We also have 5 minutes of hard thinking time right at the beginning of our lesson. So sometimes the kids get that chance to really think about their activity before we get started. And I think that's really important.
I agree. And there's lots of reflections throughout the lesson, so many teaching points. So we jump in at any point of need, and that's where the main teaching happens. Here we've got our science. So we've been learning about mixtures this term. So as you can see in the middle photo, we made chocolate crackles. We followed a recipe, which linked well with our writing. Students got involved. It was lots of hands-on. And we also looked at how we could separate mixtures. So it was lots of fun for the kids to get involved and give it a go. In religion, being part of a Catholic school, we celebrate lots of liturgies together. This image shows where we gathered together as a grade and we celebrated Ash Wednesday. Our students received the ashes on their forehead, and we also made pancakes for Shrove Tuesday. So we like to get the students involved with lots of things throughout the yearly celebrations. Additionally, for geography, we have been learning all about Australia. So students are given the opportunity to do lots of research using iPads. They created brochures about significant places in Australia, linked in with Indigenous and Torres Strait Islanders.
Homework. Homework is a really important aspect to our learning. We have a homework grid that we send out each term, and the children are encouraged to complete 2 or 3 activities each week. This is to be then posted onto Seesaw. If you don't have access to Seesaw or access to an iPad, please let your class teacher know, and we can provide a book for them to complete their homework in. Homework is to be completed on Seesaw, and it's checked each Friday by your child's teacher. And we will acknowledge that we've checked it by either leaving a like comment or leaving a small comment there. Your child should be reading 10 to 20 minutes every single day, and then this is to be recorded in their reading log. And this is really important for the children to be reading each week. The more you read, the more things you'll know. The more you learn, the more places you'll go.
Dr. Sus. I'd also just like to add on, you will find there's some activities allocated on Seesaw. It is not expected that your child completes these activities at home. They are actually for school purpose. We do them during reading groups.
There are 3 ways to communicate with the teachers. You could call the office and leave a message and we'll get back to you as soon as we can, or you could even email the school. That's fine there. Both the phone number and the email address is on the screen. Another way to communicate with us is to write in your child's diary. But if you do write in your child's diary, please let your child know so that then they can hand it to the class teacher, because without that, we will not see the message. So that's really important.
We have some expectations within our school. Just letting you know that our sports days are on Thursdays and on Fridays this term. It may change next term and we'll update you then. Our library day is on Monday. It is expected that all the students' belongings must be labelled with their name. If not, they need to have their name, or else it will be really hard to get their clothes or their items back. If they do lose their property, they must go to lost property to find their hat or their lunchbox or whatever it is. It is their responsibility. Due to the construction of our new school, there's not a lot of shade for the students to play in. This is why we have a no hat, no play policy. So students must have a hat in order for them to play, or they are to sit in the shade so that they are safe. We also have fruit break. During fruit break, we really need the students to have a substantial amount of fruit. So it might be an apple, it might be a banana or some grapes. They must have fruit that is either chopped up or have vegetables that are chopped up. Unfortunately, we do not want yogurt or juice boxes during fruit break because it is not a substantial amount of fruit for them to have during the literacy block. If your child has a lunch order, they must know. It is very confusing when the students look into their lunchbox and they don't have any lunch. So please make sure that they know and that their lunch orders are placed to the brought to the canteen on time. We also need to make sure that the students know if they have recess or a recess order as well.
Parent-teacher interviews. We will be having parent-teacher interviews next term. It will be a little bit different to what you've had before. So we'll actually be holding our parent-teacher interviews before the semester 1 reports go home. And this will be an opportunity for us to sit down with you and have a chat about how your child's learning is going this year. And more details will be coming out. So please make sure you check the newsletter. Also, we've got the School Bag app. Could you please download it? All important information is sent out via School Bag. And also you can like and follow the page on Facebook for St Francis at Glendenning.
Thank you, and we look forward to a great year ahead.
Bye.